Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of quick and important information being brought to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Now, this is going to be another MOTB update, as the news article states right here. Okay, New York Fed announces test of digital dollar with major banks. Okay, so they have announced the test of digital dollar. So when you hear digital dollar, something should come to your mind. The device the size of a grain of rice, because the reason why they want to go digital is so they can take all of your money, which we're already pushing towards that society. That's why, there's all these credit cards, there's all these prepaid cards. You can now pay for your food using your phone. They have debit cards, they have PayPal cards, they have credit cards that you can tie to Cash App. So we are moving towards a digital society. But real soon, you're not going to be able to use your phone anymore to make payments. You're not going to be able to use physical money anymore to make payments. You're not going to be able to use credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cards, PayPal cards, Cash App cards. You're not going to be able to use any of those things to make payments. You're not going to use any of those things to buy or sell. Presuming to the book of Revelation 13 verse 16. Okay, the so-called elites, they are going to require you to take a device the size of a grain of rice in order for you to be able to function in their New World Order society. And that's why they are fighting to make the dollar digital. We already have lots of different digital currencies, Bitcoin being one of them, Dogecoin being another one of them. I forgot this other one, but it's owned by the so-called elites. CRX or something like that. There's a lot of these digital currencies that are popping up. Because ultimately the devil does not, Esau, Edom, so-called elites, they don't want you to use physical money to make payments. They want you to use a charagma, which is the MOTB. Okay, so it says the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and major banks. Notice how they keep talking about major banks, because these major banks have rule and ownership over all of the other smaller banks. In a matter of fact, whenever your job writes or issues you a check, guess where that money is coming from? It's coming from one of these banks. That's why certain jobs now, they allow you to have a prepaid card where basically instead of you having to wait to get a paycheck in the mail, now you can just get paid like instantly on a particular payday. And not only do you get paid instantly, they pay you like some jobs will pay you 2 days earlier, while other people might have to wait 3-4 days later in order to get their check. And the reason why they're able to put that money on your prepaid, the reason why they're able to put your check on your prepaid card is because that money is coming from one of these banks. Okay, a lot of these checks, okay, a lot of your checks that your job writes out to you is coming from these banks. So in order for you to get paid from your job, well, they're going to tell you you need a device the size of a grain of rice, which is the MOTB, and that's where we're moving towards. So you got the Federal Reserve Bank, and you got these major banks, which are over all of these smaller banks that people go to withdraw money or to cash their checks at. A lot of these smaller banks, you know, these major banks which are over these smaller banks, you know, they're all moving towards the digital dollar. So real soon, your check may not be physical. It may not be on physical paper. Your check might be digital. So now you might have to go to a website. You might have to file for a direct deposit just so you can get your check on a prepaid card. But the moment they tell you you got to take the MOTB, okay, the CHIP, in order to continue to get paid, that's when it's time for you to quit your job. Easier said than done, but hey, you gotta have, if you call yourself a brother in this truth, you gotta have faith that the Lord will provide for you and your family. Okay, Hebrews 11:6, without faith it is impossible to please the Lord. Okay, it says the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and major banks will launch a 3-month test of a digital dollar in hopes of studying its feasibility. And they say 3 months, but the scriptures say never trust thine enemy. Okay, so let's move over here real quick. Let's get Revelation, because we have to speak on these things, even if it means risking our channels getting removed, because the time is at hand, you know. The scriptures speak about presenting your body as a living sacrifice. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. And he, the so-called elites, the head of the Illuminati, okay, which consists of the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, okay, they are the main so-called elites that you know have control over the world today through what? Through their monetary banking system. So the so-called elites cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a CHIP in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? So to receive a charagma, which is the CHIP. Okay? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the C-hip, the CHIP, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay? So, here is wisdom. Okay? Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And this number is 666. And if you know anything about the number 6, the number 6 is a representation. The number 6 represents disobedience. Okay, and that's Edom's favorite number. So now we're going to go to the next chapter. And That's going to be the universal product code 603 score and 6. That's going to be the universal product code of these CHIPs. Okay. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his charagma, the CHIP, in his forehead or in his hand, this is going into the punishment for taking that thing. Okay? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And what is the wine of the wrath of Yahweh? That's going to be those intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is going to be shot off from Russia, North Korea, China, NATO. All of these countries that's going to hate the whore, which is Babylon the Great, which is the United States of America. Okay, those missiles those ICBMs are going to be shut off. Okay, and all of those multiple nuclear warheads inside of those ICBMs that's going to come out of those ICBMs, it's going to hit this country. And anybody that have that charagma, you're going to melt in that nuclear fire. So it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is the nuclear destruction, especially of this country. It says, and the nuclear destruction of the land of Israel, because our land, which is the land of Israel, has been polluted by rats, wearing small hats and humping walls. It says, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That fire and brimstone is going to come via those intercontinental ballistic missiles. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So there you go. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, and that's the punishment for taking that charagma. With that, I'm going to say shalom, is on to the next one. Just got a notification for what now?